Welcome to another mod spotlight. Today, I'm spotlighting VanillaTweaks by StrikerRocker. VanillaTweaks, as the name suggests, tweaks a lot of vanilla things. And for the most part, they are mostly simple, and we are going to be covering almost every single one of them. So the first one is that when you right-click slabs or stairs, you are able to sit. And it not only works, as you can see, with vanilla, but it also works with, as far as I can tell, most, if not all, modded stairs and slabs. Now, my guess is that it detects if it extends block stairs or block slabs, so some mods might not be compatible with this, but for the most part, this will work with every single mod. Now, this next change is a more realistic change, where it changes the fact that if a mob or a predator kills one of its prey, it does not drop meat. Now, this is realistic because in real life, if a wolf was to say kill a sheep, why would it drop the lamb chops? Because that's what it's eating. It'll still drop the wool, chickens will still drop feathers, and everyone's happy. You can now edit signs just by right-clicking them, and it shows the same GUI that you get when you place them. And if I was to type something, then if I wanted to clear the sign, I can just shift right-click. This change is that when you take a Silk Touch diamond pickaxe, or any pickaxe, and you mine any spawner, then it will give you the spawner back along with the tag that it spawns a creeper. So when I place that back down, still a spawning creeper, and this will work with all mob spawners. Dragon eggs will now appear in the decoration tab along with command blocks in the redstone tab. Buttons have now been renamed, so instead of just a button, it is a stone button and a wooden button. Enchantments have now been localized up to level 255, so as you can see, there's sharpness 6 up to sharpness 255, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's 255. Along with potions, you can see these ones right here. Wool can now be uncrafted, and it works with all types of wool. So any color will give you 4 string. Hose now act as sickles, so if we take this and break the middle, then it will do a 5x5 or a 2 radius from the block that you click. There are now better recipes, and some of these recipes might be different because of quirk, have not checked, but it gives you, there's 2 recipes for chests, there's a normal one, and then there is a way to get 8 of them. There is more stairs for your buck, and then along with the normal way to make a stone pickaxe, you can also make it with flint, stone, and then granite, andesite, and diorite. Supposedly, seeds are supposed to auto-plant when they are on the top of farm blocks, but I have been unable to get this working, and I'm not sure why it isn't. Could be a bug, or it could just be my stupidity. Any corrections will be in the comments down below, so yeah, not sure about this one. You are now able to shift right click armor stands to swap armor. So if I shift right click here, then you can see I'm now wearing it. And if I shift right click over here, I'm now wearing that. And this will work with, once again, modded and vanilla armor. TNT that is placed next to lava or magma blocks ignites. So if we place one right there, you can see it ignites right away as if it's being powered. And then if we place it right next to this lava, you can see it gets charged right away. Lava pockets have now been removed from the nether, so while mining, you will not find any more nasty pockets. I will have a quick picture of what it looks like in vanilla, and this is what it looks like in modded. Wet sponges will dry and will absorb all fall damage when fallen onto. Name tagged mobs drop their name tags. And as you can see, it will keep its name. Bats now drop leather. Endermen drop their carried item. 100% of the time. So there it is. And creepers have a 1 in 10 chance to drop TNT. Oh, probably don't want to stand too close. Let's try that again. And as you can see, creepers drop TNT. Now the next few tweaks are not really tweaks because rather than changing the game, they add to the game. So the first one is Dynamite, which is slightly cheaper than a regular TNT, and it is throwable TNT. So if we throw it, let's say over here, then it explodes. It's about the size of a TNT radius. It might be slightly smaller, but it looks about the same. So I would recommend these if you are blowing up large areas. Next is fried eggs, which use 1 egg and you get a fried egg back, and you get 2.5 hunger bars back. Or I don't know why I'm saying that. It's 1.5 hunger bars back. Then we have the binoculars, which lets you zoom in when worn. And this is crafted by 2 binocular lenses, which is 4 iron ingots and a glass pane each, and then a bunch of ink sacs and iron, and then those lenses, and then you can craft binoculars. And if you equip them on your head slot, then they zoom in. You have to take them off in order to zoom out again, so they're like binoculars. But then you can also craft bobble ones, so this does accept bobbles, and when you do that, instead of going in your head slot, it goes in your bobble slot. So it goes in the helmet or head slot, as you can see. And that allows you to also have a diamond helmet on along with them, which is pretty sweet. The next one is the slime finder, which uses a slime block and 3 iron ingots, so as if you're making a bucket of slime. And let's go in creative real quick. And right now I'm right clicking and nothing really shows up, but as soon as I go into a slime chunk, like the one I marked out here, oops, there we go, then when I right click, it will show slime chunk above my inventory. But if I right click over here, nothing will happen, it'll fade out. So if I right click here and then right click over here, it's still going to show for a bit, but then it'll fade out. And I'm clicking and nothing shows. The crafting pad lets you have a crafting table in your inventory, and it's crafted like so, and when right clicked, it gives you a crafting table. These next additions are the blocks. There is a block of sugar, a block of flint, and a block of charcoal, which are all made to be storage blocks for those 3 items, and the block of charcoal actually can be used as fuel in a furnace as if it is a normal coal block. This next block is the bark block, and it's backported from 1.13, and it's crafted with 4 logs, and it gives you 4 bark. So if we place it down, then you can tell that not a single side has any bark or any wood showing bit. I don't know what that would be called. It's all bark on the sides. And then the next block is the pedestal, which lets you show off your treasure. So let's say that you just got this sweet diamond sword from caving in a chest somewhere, and you wanted to show it off. You could place it down, and it just hovers above it, keeps floating forever, and you can show it off to all your friends. And it's crafted just like that. Status effects now don't shift your inventory over. And finally, these are going to be the last tweaks from the mod. Hopefully more updates in the future, but this is a pretty cool mod so far. The first thing is that if you have a bow with flame and you shoot it at a block, the block will be set afire. So it doesn't work when you hit mobs, but if you were to hit a block, I guess only on the top or close to the top, then it will set it on fire. But if you hit something like that, it's not going to set it on fire. So you got to be careful there. The next enchant, or 2 enchants, are Hops and Nimble. Hops increases your jump height, and Nimble increases your movement speed. So as you know, if you normally jump, you can only jump one high, so I can't pass that. And then this is your normal speed. If we grab this and run, and then I right click it, you can tell the difference is pretty drastic. And we're able to make a 3-block jump with hops 3. And this speed difference is only because it is nimble 3. Then the next enchant is Vigor, which increases max health by 1 heart per level. Now we have Vigor 3 here, so we should expect 3 hearts. And as you can see in a second, when I regen, you can start to see some hearts going. Now, I'm not sure what mod adds this yellow heart feature. I think it's Tinker's Construct that I have installed. But if you don't have that installed, then it'll just show it above your hearts. Then the next enchant is Veteran, which attracts XP orbs in a 32 block radius, which is a pretty big radius if you ask me. Let's get some bottles of enchanting. And without it, we have XP there, but you can see it's sort of just sitting there. Now if we get close enough, without the enchant, then they will slowly get towards you. But with the enchant on, they just magnetize right to you. And it works down Y levels as well. And then the next 2 enchants are both for the pickaxe. The first one is Blazing. Smelts everything the block drops. So let's mine this, and we should get stone. And there we go. And also if we mine stone, then we get stone. So it doesn't have to be the ingredient to get the output. Instead, it can be the output getting mined into the ingredient, which then gets outputted, if that makes any sense. And then the next one is Siphon, not sure how to pronounce that. But when you mine blocks, they go instantly into your inventory. So if I stand back, you'll see, just popped into my hotbar, just like that. And it works with all blocks that you mine with this. And this also works with other tools as well. So that's pretty neat. And then finally, the last enchant and last tweak/addition that this mod adds is the homing arrows, or homing enchant. And when you have this on your bow, so it's homing 3 that I have here, then it will always, or at least almost always, hit your target, with level 1 being 32 blocks, level 2 being 64 blocks, and level 3 being 128 blocks. Now, if I find a opponent, this is a pretty far distance, and I'm not that good of a shot. So I'm gonna shoot over here, and you'll see that it probably won't hit it because, as far as I can tell, it hits the closest mob, which, as you can see, the arrow just flew back to there. So even if I shoot over there, even if I get a perfect shot, which one of these probably would have hit by now, you can tell that it's not hitting them. And that's because they're all hitting that guy, because it hits the closest mob to wherever you're standing. So we can shoot over here, and boom. But you did see that the arrows were going onto the wall. That's because it's not always perfect, like that right there. But it does a pretty good job, and it's pretty OP if you ask me. So that is the last enchant and last tweak, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out the mod. It's down in the description, VanillaTweaks by StrikerRocker. And also, if you would be so kind, subscribe, check out my Discord down in the description, and also, if you are into vanilla, then I just started a vanilla playthrough on another YouTuber named Flip's Patreon server that he just opened a few days ago. So go and check that out. There will be a new episode for that this Friday, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. See you in the next video.